Have you ever done any plowing? Plowing is when you break earth deep, turn it over, get it ready to receive seed. Jesus is going to use the image and illustration of the plow to help us understand something about the kingdom of God and really about our calling to follow Jesus. In Luke chapter 9, there are several people who come and they say, Jesus, I want to follow you, but... And each one of them has some kind of a delay or some kind of a little excuse. I need to do this and then I'll follow you. And each time Jesus challenges them greatly. And the challenge is really for the urgency of the call to follow him. If you're going to follow him, you got to follow him now, he says. And so in Luke chapter 9 and verse 61, we read about this man. It says, another also said, Lord, I will follow thee, but let me first go bid them farewell, which are at home at my house. Now, one of the people that the people of Jesus' day confused Jesus for was Elijah, or one of the prophets. And there's a story in the Old Testament of Elijah coming to Elisha while he is plowing and throwing his mantle on him. Now, Elisha knew what that meant, and he asked permission, let me go and tell my family goodbye. And Elijah permitted him to do so. And so they butchered the oxen, they sacrificed them, they had a party. He spent time with his family, and then he went and followed Elijah. But not Jesus. Jesus is not Elijah. His mission is much more urgent. And he tells this man, he says in verse 62, and Jesus said unto him, no man, having put his hand to the plow and looking back, is fit for the kingdom of God. It's interesting that he uses the image of the plow, but this time, instead of abandoning the plow, he uses the plow as the image of following Jesus. When you put your hand to the plow, you've got to look forward. Because, in today's world, when you plow, sometimes these tractors have got GPS on them. And you can look back all you want to because the GPS is driving the tractor, making really nice straight rows. But not in Jesus' day. In his day, the straight rows came about by fixing your eyes on the other side of the field and making sure that you kept looking forward. If you were to try plowing, looking back, well, you're going to wind up driving the plow off to the side, and you're going to have the most crooked rows. You're going to miss pieces of ground as you do that. And this is the image that he says. He uses to help illustrate. You can't look back. It's imperative if you're going to follow Jesus that you keep your eyes fixed on him. Now think about it. If you're following somebody, they're in front of you. Keep your eyes fixed on him, fixed on the mission, fixed on the ministry, fixed on the future, not the past. I think a lot of people get sidetracked following Jesus because they take their eyes off of him. They look off over here to the side, to these pretty things. They get caught up with the deceitfulness of riches and the cares for other things, as the Bible tells us. Instead of fixing our eyes right on Jesus, keeping our hand on the plow and keeping looking forward. I tell you another thing that bumbles people up from following Jesus, and that is their past. Past failures, maybe. Well, listen to what Philippians says, chapter 3, verse 13. Brethren, I count not myself to have apprehended, but this one thing I do, forgetting those things which are behind, and reaching forth unto those things which are before. I want to encourage you this morning, if you're going to follow Jesus, keep your eyes on him. Don't let the distractions of the world or the failures of the past bog you down. Put your eyes on Jesus, put your hand to the plow, and move forward. He's going in a direction, and you and I, we can follow him if we'll keep our eyes on him. God bless you. Have a great day.